And first of all, what inspired you to make the book by Andrew Solomon into the film? What was your
My inspiration?
Yeah.
You know, I was very, very moved and affected by the book. I don't have anybody in my family with special needs or disabilities, but I was really changed by reading the book. I realized after reading it that I had a lot of ideas about people who were different that were mistaken. And I wanted to give a film audience an opportunity to have that experience, that transformative experience that I had. So I really was just inspired and wrote the author of the book right away to tell him I was interested in making the film.
Is there any intention to start the film with Jason and his mother?
Oh, that's an interesting question. I don't think I've ever been asked that question before. You know, yes, there is. The film is about many things, but one thing it's about is the expectations and realities, right? So what you expect when you have a child and how that child is really never what you expect. And Jason's story in particular illustrates that. His mother had no idea what to expect, but she certainly did not expect Jason, and his life for her has been about adjusting her expectations. And so we felt that was the best introduction for the audience to.
Well, personally, in my opinion, I was a little bit shocked by the scene of Jason's mother said that she realized the limitation of her son, Jason. It seems like she gave up some kind of her hope.
Well, I think that she began when Jason was a little boy, expecting and hoping that he would be some sort of a genius. You know?
Yeah.
And when he was about 8, you know, his peers began to surpass him in school, and she began to realize there were some limits to what he could do, and then she really had to adjust her expectations and realize that there were limitations to what he could do in some respects, and in other respects he was very special and could do different things. So I think that's what she meant by it. I think it was all about her adjusting her expectations, you know, and her expectations were unbelievably ambitious for him in a kind of traditional way.
Like he was in his childhood, he was all in the limelight.
Yes.
But now he's in 40s. He seems like he shut himself into his own world. Like
he has in some ways shut himself in. I think Jason has had a very difficult time with his father's death. And since his father's death, I think he's been a little bit depressed. But you know, he finds great happiness in his relationship with his friends and in his relationship with Elsa from the movie. And I think one of the things his mother has really been able to do is accept the fact that he loves this fictional character deeply, and that it gives him great pleasure. And it's something that I think when he was younger she probably would have been very disappointed by and judgmental of, but now she accepts it. That's been her growth, you know. This is where he finds his joy, and that's enough for her right now.
Yeah. The society and the environment has been changed when you started to film for this several years.
Yes.
What have you seen those changes?
In general in society? Well,
or especially in the States?
Yes. Exactly. That's what I was wondering if you were saying. Yes. When I began the film, it was during the Obama presidency.
Right.
And Donald Trump was elected right around the time I finished the film.
Right.
And that, in many ways, that changed everything. I mean, as you know, probably here in Japan, Donald Trump articulates a kind of closed-minded hostility to difference that has always probably been existed in the United States, but it's been given a voice through Donald Trump, and it's been a very dark time for us, and a time when there are many people who hate those who don't look like them. And so it has, in my mind, become a very political film, a film that really has a political message as well as an emotional one.
You're a mother, right?
I am a mother. I am a mother. Well, I hope that my film is a powerful message of joy in the love that parents have for their children, no matter what they're like, and the extraordinary pleasures that children can give their parents and parents can give their children, and the universality of love. And I think many parents of children with Down syndrome know exactly what I'm talking about, because there is something so beautiful about the very unique way in which people with Down syndrome live their lives. And so I hope that the film just reinforces that. Hello, Exceptions. I'm Rachel Dretzen, and I'm the director of Far From the Tree. I'm thrilled that the film will be showing in Japan, and I hope all of you can come and see it while it's in theaters.